Welcome back. A former police officer with the Monroe Police Department in Monroe, Louisiana, has now pled guilty in federal court to the felony charge of deprivation of civil rights under color of law, in a case that was handled by the U.S. DOJ Civil Rights Division. The excessive force incident happened almost 2 years ago on April 21st, 2020. Well, more than 2 years ago. This involved former police officer Jared Desadier. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. But I obtained the Bodycam footage, which shows Officer Desadier kicking an arrestee on the ground, really like a football or a soccer ball, unnecessarily. Take a look, and then we'll discuss the legal issues.
Stop! You're gonna get tased! Stop! Get on the ground now! Stay on the ground! Do not move! Do you understand?
I get there.
No.
10:33. We got it. Got it.
Stand by. Hang on. Stop! Put your hand behind your back. We're over here by Rockland's bar. In custody. Is this the same guy we got off the tower?
No, sir.
Dispatch, you can release the channel.
1071, channel 1, dispatch clear, 2327.
Let me secure my unit.
Go ahead.
No.
I almost hit him.
Nice.
I came around Pine. He darted out right here. I was sitting right over there. He had a toy.
Going on here. I'll tell you in a second.
Right here. You got some?
213 dispatch, I want to get out with Officer Rocco real quick. Ciao.
I'm gonna pull around there.
So, according to the DOJ statement, this incident occurred shortly after midnight when MPD officers overheard an alarm system activate, and Desadier and other officers detained the man for questioning. When officers discovered drug paraphernalia on the man ran from the scene and the officers gave chase. Approximately a block away, a patrolling MPD officer caught up to the man and ordered him to the ground. This is not Desadier. The man complied by lying flat on his stomach, putting his hands behind his back, which you saw in the video. As that first officer approached and prepared to handcuff the man, Desadier runs up to the scene, kicks the man in the head, or in the face as they describe, as he lay down on the ground with both hands behind his back. Desadier admitted in court that his assault on the victim was without justification, as the man did not present a threat to any police officer or any other person on the scene. Desadier also admitted that he knew at the time that his actions were unjustified and unreasonable under the circumstances. Desadier faces a maximum sentence of up to 10 years in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and a fine of up to $250,000. His sentencing has been set for November 21st, 2022. Now, Excessive force. The Fourth Amendment bars police officers from using excessive force to effectuate a seizure. Courts evaluate claims of excessive force based on an objective reasonableness standard. Utilizing what's known as the, quote, Graham factors, the courts look at three things. One, the severity of the alleged crime at issue, whether the suspect poses an immediate safety risk to any individual, and lastly, whether the suspect is actively attempting to resist or evade arrest. Those are the Graham factors. See the Supreme Court case, Graham versus Connor from 1989. The courts look also to the proportionality of the force in light of the totality of all the circumstances in the case. Force must generally be reasonable. Here, this case is an easy one. The suspect here, his alleged crime is mostly unknown and thus minor. An alarm was triggered. Thus we know that an alarm was triggered. We don't know whether any crime was committed by any individual. Once the suspect was detained for questioning, drug paraphernalia was discovered, resulting in this man running away. Still minor. Possession of drug paraphernalia, perhaps some sort of Louisiana state law foot pursuit crime. Secondly, the man appears to pose no immediate safety risk to any individual. The Bodycam footage shows that he's secured into custody prior to the use of force. He doesn't appear to pose any specific threat or any specific danger to anybody. Which brings us to the third and final Graham factor. Last but not least, he doesn't appear to be resisting or making any further attempts to run away. Thus, the kick to the head by the pursuing officer appears to be solely malicious, retaliatory. There was no need for it, other than the illegal need for the officer to punish him or to hurt the man unnecessarily, which is excessive force. A note about injuries in these cases. I'm unsure whether this man was injured in any substantial way or whether he just suffered pain that night. But it's important to realize that there's no threshold injury which must occur to create an excessive force federal constitutional violation. It is, however, relevant to damages suffered, as well as for evidence of the level of force used by the police officer. So that's it. Thanks for watching. You'll find the links at the website at thecivilrightslawyer.com. Make sure to subscribe because, unfortunately, there's no shortage of content occurring every day out there.